Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. Thank you for tuning into another Supatease video. And 11.1 is bringing a lot of big news for hunters. You guys are getting a ton of stuff. You want to make sure you're staying up to date with all of that news related to World of Warcraft, and then smash the subscribe button. Your support is greatly appreciated. But for Survival Hunter, the focus of today's video, I think most notably is the Pack Leader Hero talent tree, which is what we're going to be looking into specifically and diving into the gameplay and seeing how it feels. I've spent a lot of recent time with Survival Hunter. There are pros and there are cons to it that I will share as we're going through this video, but I was really excited for Pack Leader in its first iteration. I was thinking this is going to be Rexar, this is going to be sick, we're going to be summoning Quillboars, we're going to be summoning Misha, we're going to be summoning Leok, and then we just didn't get any of that stuff. We just got a bunch of little passive damage modifiers. Not really exciting, not really powerful, but in 11.1, let's see what we've got. You know, because they just did a major update for it. So Howl of the Pack Leader. Every 30 seconds, your next kill command will summon the aid of a beast. You will summon a bear. A bear leaps into the fray, rending the flesh of your enemies, dealing 708,000 damage over 10 seconds to up to 8 nearby enemies. Now, this is interesting because this kind of sounds like butchery. You'll summon in a bear every 30 seconds that does a butchery effect. Wyvern. A wyvern descends from the skies, letting out a battle cry that increases the damage of you and your pets by 10%. Boar. A boar charges through your target 3 times, dealing 476,000 physical damage to the primary target and 189,000 damage to up to 8 nearby enemies. Now, thematically, we'll have to wait and see what the animations look for this, but this hits the nail on the head. This is just what needed to happen with Pack Leader to begin with, was just Misha, Leok, and Huffer. Just get the bear, the wyvern, and the boar in there, and I think hunters would have been really happy. So this is definitely a step up. Pack mentality. How the Pack Leader causes your kill command to generate an additional stack of Tip the Spear. Summoning a beast reduces the cooldown of Wildfire Bomb. That sounds wild. Tip the Spear is a really powerful effect that you get, which amplifies the next damage of your next basically ability, and cooldown reduction of Wildfire Bomb is crazy. Dire Summons. Kill command reduces the cooldown of Howl of the Pack Leader by 1 second, and Raptor Strike reduces the cooldown of Howl of the Pack Leader by 1. So we get cooldown reduction towards this to kind of just mount up this continuous assault of building up our zoo. Better Together. Howl of the Pack Leader's cooldown is reduced to 25 seconds. Your pet gains an extra 5% of your attack power. This is going to be insane when we get to press our buttons. Is going to be insane. Ursine Fury. Your bear's periodic damage has a 10% chance to reduce the cooldown of Butchery or Flanking Strike by 2%. Or Choice Note with Envenomed Fangs. Initial damage from your bear will consume Serpent Sting from up to 8 nearby enemies, dealing 100% of its remaining damage instantly. So you can make your dot do more burst damage, or you can get a little bit of extra cooldown reduction towards your Butchery or your Flanking Strike. So this one's a tough one for me. I'm going to try the Envenomed Fangs just to see how much damage it does, because I got details here. Fury of the Wyvern passive. Your pet's attacks increase your Wyvern's damage bonus by 1% up to 10%. Casting Wildfire Bomb extends the duration of your Wyvern by 2 seconds for up to 10 seconds. So you can definitely get a bit of a zoo going on here. Hog Strider. Summoning your boar refreshes the duration of Mongoose Fury. Each time your boar deals damage, you have a 25% chance to gain a stack of Mongoose Fury, and Raptor strikes 1 additional target. Stacks up to 4 times. So you can get a lot of extra cleave on your Raptor Strike. That sounds cool. And for Mongoose Fury, increases the damage of Mongoose Bite or Raptor Strike by 15% for 16 seconds, stacking up to 5 times. So you can get a lot of extra single target damage out of this. Maybe we're going to see a little bit more use of Raptor Strike in this build, because I feel like it's been really just all about Wildfire Bombs and Butchery for a while. No Mercy. Damage from your kill shot sends your pets into a rage, causing all active pets within 20 yards and your bear to pounce the target and attack it. Okay, so our kill shot death blows are going to be very entertaining. Shell Cover. We get a little bit of passive defense with this. If you drop below 40% health, you'll get 10% damage reduction for 6 seconds. This is on a 2-minute cooldown. So a little bit of extra survivability. Nothing, I don't think this is super major. Slicked Shoes. When disengaged removes a movement impairing effect, its cooldown is reduced by 4 seconds. Or Choice Node with Horsehair Tether. When an enemy is stunned by Binding Shot, it is dragged to the center of the Binding Shot. That sounds really good for Mythic Plus. Also, it doesn't sound too bad if you're playing with like a DK, or you're trying to stack enemies up for some like really big hit AoEs in PvP situations, like even in Battlegrounds. Sounds like this could be really good, but if you're on like more of a personal survivability level, or trying to get mobility, and Survival Hunter mobility is you know, not the best from my personal experience. You get stuck a lot of the time, so I'd probably go for that. But this could definitely have a place in a lot of aspects of the game. And the capstone, lead from the front. Casting coordinated assault causes your next kill command to summon a beast and increase the damage dealt by your beasts by 25% for 12 seconds. I have a feeling that this is going to be really crazy. So we've got, you know, this kind of build up with kill command, and then we've got the on demand access with coordinated assault as well. So let's just kind of give this a go and see what we can get done as far as damage is concerned, because I'm actually very curious what is the limitations on this. So if we press kill command, we're summoning a beast, I believe. Okay, we did not summon in a beast. We're very sad about this. We're gonna try using coordinated assaults to summon in a beast. Oh, there he is. Okay, we got the little big bad bear over here. He's chomping in. He's doing a bunch of AoE bleed damage. We called in another bear. So interesting that the first one didn't call in a bear, but this guy did call in a bear. I kind of want to see what like all the pets look like. What's like the overall DPS that we're able to get out of him. Not really doing the rotation perfectly here, but just mostly trying to get kill commands sent. I think we got to sit on like a 25-second cooldown in between in order to see them. That was a big explosion of AoE. It just seems like it's only calling in a bear. Now I'm gonna have to read the tooltip. Maybe it is just random and it can just call in any of the three. But so far I've only gotten the bear 3 times. Now obviously this is like really early testing for the PTR, so maybe it's bugged. A lot of stuff has been bugged from what I've been testing. I've been kicked off the server. There we go. We got Leok. He flies in from the sky. Just for a quick little second, puts up some damage. Okay, now we gotta get Huffer in here, bro. Where's Huffer, dude? We gotta get the little cool boar in here. We gotta see what he looks like. We'll do a direct comparison as well with Sentinel after this, but just to see, because Sentinel got a lot of buffs as well, so it's really going to be important just to determine. So if we use coordinated assault, we can guarantee a summon. So we get Leok again, and we got Huffer. He just charges through. Oh my god, he's just charging through consistently. Okay, dude, the boar, he reminds me a bit of like, oh my god, he just keeps coming, bro. He just won't stop coming. Okay. So that's like the extent, it seems like, of the animations. We just kind of get a bear, he kind of bleeds stuff, Leok flies in from above, and then Huffer kind of just charges through the battlefield and applies a bleed and does some AoE. So let's just take like a quick recount of what's the breakdown for this. So our beast, our bear, was able to do about 8% of our overall damage. I'm only really looking at percentages because everything else is kind of just like, you can't really go off of it because the numbers are going to be so skewed. Explosive shot did a significant amount of our damage. We're seeing like 1.5 million top end. Wildfire bombs going for 1 million. Kill shots for going over 1 million. I don't really see. Okay, so the boar only did about 5% even in an AoE situation. And I think Leok might be bugged because I don't think I saw Leok do a single thing. I mean, you guys let me know if I'm wrong about that, about Leok, but let's see if we can get Leok called in right away. So we got the Huffer. It seems like it's doing like bear, Leok, Huffer or something right now. It's like he's a cool animation. So we got the bear in now. So yeah, it called in the quill boar twice, and then it calls in the bear, and it'll probably call the bear in twice is my guess. And then we'll get to see what Leok does. But I swear Leok was just bugged and didn't do anything, which is really unfortunate. This is obviously really early. Really early testing. I just wanted to see what was going on with this. I think the theme is a lot better for this. The animations look a lot better for it, but obviously this early in the PTR cycle. Okay, so we just summoned in the boar again instead of getting the Leok. So it seems entirely random. Maybe I'm just really out of it and tired and not reading this. So yeah, it's just random. So okay, so the wyvern doesn't actually do any direct damage. It's just a 10% damage buff. So whereas the boar, it seems like the boar is kind of the weakest of the three. The bear doing 8%, the boar only doing 5%, and then obviously 10% damage to your character is, it's a little bit harder to measure. It definitely makes kill command more exciting to press, you know, because kill command is generally, it's just a builder. You spend with Raptor and then you build with kill command. It makes pressing kill command feel a lot cooler. You don't know what's going to happen anytime that you press it. Which is nice, and I think that the theme is cool. Although the RNG on it potentially could get annoying. It reminds me a bit of Havoc Demon Hunter when they had the it was a Shadowlands ability where they summoned in a demon randomly, and if you were proccing more demons than the other Demon Hunter, you did way more damage. So this is making me kind of feel like they're gonna have to rebalance this a bit to make sure that the bear. See, this time maybe it's just based on procs, because like if the bear procs less, obviously he's gonna do less damage. So let's look at their actual contribution. So the boar's charge effect can crit for 765k. The bear can only crit for 300k. So maybe the boar is actually better, and maybe it's just entirely which one you're proccing more than the other. I think it's going to be important that they hit the balance on that really well by the time it comes out, because otherwise I think that could be one frustrating effect. But I'll say, you know, from a thematic standpoint, this is a lot better. It's a lot better. But let's look at the comparisons with Sentinel, because Sentinel received some significant buffs as well. I think they updated Lunar Storm as well, so it now follows the target and it's got a new animation. So I'm curious to see how much damage we can do with this one specifically. So let's see if we can get this damage up above like 1 million consistently or not. So we can call in the Lunar Storm. Oh my god, that looks sick now. It's such a, it looks like a lunar bombardment from the sky, this massive circle. This is way better than it was before. Oh my god, I'm doing monstrously more damage, dude. Oh my god, dude. Poor pack leader, dude. Oh my god. This is just what it's going to be. I mean, it's going to fall off right after the lunar shower is over, I would imagine, until we get to the next one. The lunar shower looks way better. I think with it moving on its target is also going to be a nice quality of life improvement for this talent tree as well, which is great. We're doing like a tiny bit above it, but again, I think they're going to look at it again. This looks way better than the owl. I'm going to be real with you. This feels way more like Tyrande. I will say that I think they've done a much better job thematically and cosmetically with these hero talent trees on this patch, and these are intended to be evergreen features that they said they would be working on throughout the expansion to improve, and I think these are definitely some significant improvements for both of these ones side by side. So obviously they're going to iterate on this, I think, more and more. They're going to balance it, they're going to tune it, fine-tune it a little bit more. Interested to see how pack leader plays out. Wish the defensive portion of it was a little bit better. I feel like the shield that you get from Sentinel is a little bit better as well than what you're getting currently from this, with this just like the low HP auto proc. But I do like the theme. I think the theme is a lot cooler. I think the theme is a lot better. But those are kind of just my first impressions. Seeing it on the 11.1 PTR. Let me know in the comments down below. What do you think? Is this a good improvement for pack leaders? Is it a good improvement for Sentinel? Is it enough to grab you to these specializations? You remember, take the bugs and things not working, and my personal incompetence towards the specialization with limited experience with a grain of salt as well. Obviously, if you've been a main survival hunter, you're gonna be able to pull a lot more out of this than I would. But let me know what you think in the comments down below. What specialization should I cover next? And other than that, thank you very much for tuning into the video. I will see you in the next one.